So what was it like working with Blake Lively on the set of It Ends With Us? Justin Baldoni dropped a number of text messages with crew members detailing just how difficult Blake Lively was to work with.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again? Oh, talking about you.
Zelensky was asked to leave the White House. Then he appeared on Fox News and said he thinks he can still salvage his relationship with President Trump, which is like Justin Baldoni saying, I'd love to work with Blake again.
Beloved Hollywood actress Blake Lively, known for Gossip Girl and A Simple Favor, is now facing shocking allegations that could change everything. Once seen as a golden girl of the industry, recent reports suggest that some co-stars are speaking out with surprising claims about her alleged behavior behind the scenes. While details remain unclear, insiders hint at a side of her that the public never knew. Fans are now left wondering what the truth behind these reports really is.
I'm not below compliments. My mom always says. She's like, wants me to compliment her, and she's like, I'm not below compliments. I'm like, it's clear that you're not, because she's always soliciting.
Okay, because you were just telling me about like weird expressions that she gets wrong, wouldn't it be I'm not above compliments?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, she gets it all wrong. I never even thought about it. She says that, yes, she's not above compliments. My mom gets everything sort of.
Like expressions, she was just telling me like the like.
She'll be like,
funny
smooth as pie. She'll be smooth as silk or whatever. Easy as pie. Yeah, and smooth as silk.
In December 2024, Blake Lively filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Baldoni of misconduct and a smear campaign against her. In response, Baldoni denied the claims and filed a defamation lawsuit against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist Leslie Sloan, sparking a heated legal battle.
Blake Lively is slamming Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against her. Her legal team has made a statement. They say this is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim. This is what experts call DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. They believe Justin and his team are pulling out all the stops to try and overwhelm the public's ability to understand that what they are doing is retaliation against sexual harassment allegations. They continue to say they are trying to shift the narrative to Miss Lively by falsely claiming that she seized creative control and alienated the cast from Mr. Baldoni. The evidence will show that the cast and others had their own negative experiences with Mr. Baldoni and Wayfarer. The evidence will also show that Sony asked Miss Lively to oversee Sony's cut of the film, which they then selected for distribution and was a resounding success.
Blake Lively's complaint alleges misconduct during the filming of It Ends With Us, claiming Baldoni created a difficult work environment. Specific accusations include inappropriate discussions, unsolicited comments about her body and weight, and showing unsuitable content. Lively asserts that after expressing concerns, Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios retaliated with a smear campaign against her, leading to a growing controversy that has captured public attention.
Blake Lively suing Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment was not on my 2024 bingo card, but here we are. In Blake's lawsuit, she is alleging there was a meeting that included her husband, Ryan, where she demanded no more showing of nude photos or images of women to Blake, no more mention of Baldoni's alleged previous porno addiction, no more discussions about sexual conquest in front of Blake and others, no further mentions of cast and crew's genitalia, no more inquiries about Blake's weight, and no more further mention about her father who passed away. It goes on to say no more adding of sex scenes and oral sex or on-camera climaxing outside of the scope of the script that she approved. Justin's lawyer basically said this was Blake's attempt to fix her negative reputation. As we know, this last year, she went from being a Hollywood sweetheart to basically being disliked by the fans.
Meanwhile, Hassan Minhaj, who played Marshall in It Ends With Us, addressed rumors of on-set tension in an interview with Esquire. He shared, "I can't speak to other people's experiences, but everyone was professional and kind to me. It was a lovely experience." Minhaj expressed surprise upon hearing about the alleged disputes, stating he was unaware of any such issues during his time on set. His comments have added another perspective to the growing controversy.
The only It Ends With Us cast member that still follows Justin Baldoni has made a comment about all of the backlash the movie received, and some of the drama between Justin and Blake. Hassan, who plays the husband of Jenny Slate's character, said that he can't speak to anyone else's experience, but he said that his experience was that everyone was professional and easy to work with. He said it was lovely and everybody was lovely, and afterwards he just ended up feeling a bit disillusioned and confused about everything that was happening in the news. He said it was a very strange, bizarre year, and that as a comic he was definitely laughing at a lot of moments, which we can totally understand. This already adds to the weirdness that was going on within the cast with Jenny Slate, just ignoring questions about Justin. Then Brandon Sklenar's comment about Blake and defending her. I feel like Hassan is giving us an inside look at what it was really like. He even said everybody was professional on set, basically denying that Justin was ever unprofessional.
Blake Lively is now facing another legal challenge as crisis mitigation firm owner Jed Wallace has filed a defamation lawsuit against her. Wallace alleges that Lively falsely accused him of orchestrating an online smear campaign, which he claims severely damaged his reputation. This countersuit adds another layer to the ongoing legal disputes involving Lively and Baldoni, further intensifying the controversy surrounding the actress and the allegations that have surfaced in recent months.
I promise you, I've been trying to think of other things to talk about, but another day, another filing. And this actually has to do with one of the most interesting aspects of this entire case. Blake Lively is now being sued by Jed Wallace of Street Relations, Inc. He has said that she has cost him millions of dollars in reputational harm and is suing her for defamation. Lively's counsel released a statement saying that this is just someone else that's trying to sue her into oblivion for speaking out, and that they are confident that this will get dismissed, which I find that to be really interesting because this is someone that they alleged in her original complaint was really responsible or had a part in allegedly the whole astroturfing, because they alleged that Wallace was responsible for planting negative comments and negative story, which Wallace has maintained that he had no part in any negative PR tactics against Lively. Which it was interesting that her defense basically was like, oh, this is nothing, it'll get dismissed, yada, 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 because in her filings, they said that Wallace was the one who weaponized a digital army. I don't know if that's a direct quote, but basically that it was either real accounts or possibly bot farms. I don't really know. I probably need to read that again. But basically that was orchestrated by Wallace and, other members of Baldoni's team. Which, if I was naming someone who, had taken part in this, alleged astroturfing, I'd be like, yes, you in court. Can't wait to find out your method. I don't know. Maybe that's probably not the most professional response, which is also probably why I'm not a lawyer and I'm here on TikTok right now.
Blake Lively's legal filings mention an incident where she claims a man entered her room without permission while she was breastfeeding. However, contradictory reports suggest she had actually granted permission. This discrepancy raises questions about the accuracy of the allegations and highlights the potential for misunderstandings in high-stress environments, adding more complexity to the ongoing legal disputes surrounding the actress.
Imagine for a second, you invite a man to your trailer, you're breastfeeding. You say, you can come in, but you got to turn around. So he, knock, knock, I'm here. Come on in, turn around. He locks eyes with you. And the second it takes for him to turn around, and you add that to the lawsuit, Blake Lively, gossip girl, you must be stopped. That man was standing and staring at the wall, singing show tunes to himself for all we know, counting stars, counting specks of dust and paint. And you said that was sexual harassment. At this point, you got to blame it on Ryan Reynolds. Say he wanted the idea for a movie. Say that he thought that it was going to be a funny ha 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 moment. You know how he jokes. Say we all know how he jokes because it's not working. You doomed us.
Reports suggest that Blake Lively's alleged behavior on the set of A Simple Favor contributed to a difficult work environment. Assistant director Barbara Seaman claims she resigned due to distress caused by Lively's conduct. As these claims surface alongside ongoing legal disputes, they raise questions about Lively's professional relationships and workplace dynamics, adding further complexity to the controversy surrounding her.
Blake Lively was the reason an assistant director quit A Simple Favor. Allegedly, of course. And we learned this from Henry Golding's post. Henry Golding, who was in A Simple Favor, made a post with the poster for another Simple Favor. And under his post, Barbed Wire TV had commented, "I worked with you on the first one. My experience with everyone was absolutely amazing, except for a certain someone who is the reason I quit being an AD. Guess who that person is? Wish you all the best with this though." And Barbed Wire TV went on to say, "I want to avoid attention around this, but I will say she was cruel to many. I know I cried my way home many nights because you try so hard to please someone who is never pleased and puts you down constantly. I can't believe it's actually getting back at her. Karma is real." And Barbed Wire TV, whose real name is Barbara Jaworski, definitely seems to work in like the production world. And for further proof, here's her IMDb. Seems to be under her maiden name. Says she's known for Barbed Wire TV, which obviously that's even her account name. Under projects, you'll see A Simple Favor. She was the 4th assistant director. So not only did we learn that she quit, but apparently she made many people cry behind the scenes.
Jamie, a former intern in the entertainment industry, shared an experience from nearly 2 decades ago. She recalled being 20 years old and assigned a simple task, handing out water bottles on set, while a 17-year-old Blake Lively was promoting Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Her account adds another perspective to the ongoing discussions surrounding Lively's past behavior.
So you were very young and inexperienced in the industry, and then you got a job as an intern?
Yeah, and I had turned 20 a week before, so I was young. And she was young, I believe, 17. And I always reserve the right to say people can change, to put that out there.
Yeah.
But I was pointed out and singled out as someone that treated her like a fan when, as someone who grew up on set and in this world, I knew you don't talk to talent.
Jamie recalled that she had no interaction with Blake Lively, never spoke to her, and only walked past her in the green room. However, Lively later accused her of acting like a fan and making her uncomfortable. As a result, Jamie was singled out and reprimanded, which she described as a frightening experience. As an intern, she feared the incident could harm her career, adding to the growing concerns about Lively's past workplace interactions.
She wasn't even famous at that point, was she? Did you know who she was?
No. So I was an intern on a show that she was doing press for, and they were going to talk about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. It was 3 of the 4 stars. I believe it was Alexis Bledel who wasn't there. And my job was to hand out water bottles to whoever needed it on set that day. And so I didn't talk to her. I had no interaction with her. I walked by her in the green room and I went to set as I do. And then she was like, "Oh, that girl did I hang up?"
No, you're there. Yeah.
That girl treated me like a fan. That girl made me uncomfortable.
The controversy traces back to the production of the romantic drama It Ends With Us, where on-set tensions escalated into a major legal battle. Blake Lively, once celebrated for her polished public image and acclaimed performances, is now at the center of a dispute after filing complaints against Justin Baldoni, alleging inappropriate behavior on set. The situation has sparked widespread discussion and legal challenges within the industry.
Justin Baldoni is now involving Taylor Swift in his lawsuit against Blake Lively. So Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicists for over $400 million for all the It Ends With Us drama. Now he's name-dropping Taylor Swift, Blake's bestie, in the mix. Thankfully, Taylor Swift is not being sued, but she's mentioned in his 179-page paper complaint. And he's alleging that Taylor's fame was used to pressure him during production. And it really all stems from this penthouse situation where Blake and Ryan live. Apparently, there was a meeting there with all of them, and Taylor Swift was actually present. And Blake ended up rewriting one of the scenes. And even after the meeting was over, Baldoni texted Blake this, saying, "I gotta put my glasses on for this one. The font is too small." Also was working on the rooftop scene today. Really love what you did.
This was a sinister PR move. Blake Lively then moved 11 days later to file a lawsuit. So now she has filed a lawsuit. And I don't think she ever wanted to do this. I think she genuinely wanted this to be a PR move. And she wanted to leak it to the New York Times. She thought the public would take her side with no questions asked. And instead the public is saying, no, we have a few questions here. And Justin Baldoni is going all the way to the wall on this. His lawyer is already giving interviews explaining just how nasty her team has played this. The lawyer's name is Brian Friedman. He stopped by the Megyn Kelly show. And here's some of the things that he had to say. First, he says there used to never be a sexual claim. There never was a sexual claim until she went to that civil rights office. Take a listen.
There was actually no allegation of sexual harassment until the lawsuit was filed.
Allegations of misconduct and claims of a retaliatory smear campaign have shaken the film's production and sparked widespread media attention, fueling ongoing discussions about the controversy surrounding the cast.
We're going to be talking all things Blake Lively and her legal complaint that she's filed against her It Ends With Us co-star, Justin Baldoni. Yes, the It Ends With Us movie drama does in fact not end. What's interesting about this story to me is the Justin Baldoni of it all. He is a self-proclaimed male feminist. He's woke. He speaks out against sexual assault and sexual harassment, even toxic masculinity. And now in this legal complaint filed by Blake Lively, he's being accused of sexual harassment.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. And will you be man enough to stand up to other men when you hear locker room talk, when you hear stories of sexual harassment, when you hear your boys talking about grabbing ass or getting her drunk? Will you actually stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words "me too"?
This is going to be really awkward if these allegations are true. I will say, just for the record, I'm not a fan of either of these individuals, and something about both of them rubs me the wrong way.
Followed by an attempted PR takedown of her to cover his own ass from people finding out what he did to her. In an article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone," Blake Lively heroically shared her story, and the world was on her side because it looked like she was just trying to take down a predator in Hollywood. So Justin Baldoni and his ace lawyer launched an all-cylinder fire attack to clear his name, and he started by suing the New York Times, saying that article was just published because it was paid for by Ryan Reynolds, and it was a multi-layered scheme planned out by Blake and Ryan to take down Justin. And I think it's pretty common knowledge that the mainstream media will lie on behalf of their powerful friends or anyone who pays them off to say certain things.
During the production of It Ends With Us, reports suggest that Blake Lively sought significant creative control over the film's final cut, leading to tensions with director and co-star Justin Baldoni. This reportedly resulted in competing versions of the film. In an unexpected move, Lively allegedly arranged for the film's editors to travel to her location so she could personally oversee the editing process, adding to the ongoing controversy.
Baldoni claims that since day one of production, she tried to push her weight. She would undermine their wardrobe director and make outfit choices of her own. And rather than showing up to her scheduled fittings, she drove up the budget by having them shuttle all of the clothes to her so that she could try them on. She would often rewrite her lines daily, and apparently she was having Ryan Reynolds, who has no official credit on the film, help her rewrite some of the scenes, which was unbeknownst to Baldoni and the screenwriter. She allegedly also inserted herself into the editing room, would have pages of notes, would have the editors fly to her so she could continue making revisions for her own cut.
Actress Jenny Slate has reportedly spoken out in support of Blake Lively, highlighting a divide among industry professionals. While some back Lively, others question her claims. Slate's support adds another layer to the controversy, influencing public perception of the ongoing legal battles and the complex discussions surrounding the case.
I've tried to make jokes that don't land, and I understand this doesn't land. But Jenny Slate, of all people now, if she is the person that they are trying to hold back on Blake Lively's side, and now she's going to be the person that's going to come out and be this person that's silent and will be on Blake Lively's team tomorrow when this last final big bombshell complaint comes out, this amended complaint, which people are saying, and Be Better is maybe saying will be this person that has this detail, and this is just a riff right now. I think we may have just cracked the case that Jenny Slate may not be the best person to use as your star witness or your star, co-plaintiff or whatever the hell you want to call it. I mean, name one couple where the man says, I just love hitting my girlfriend. So fun. Just push.
The allegations against Blake Lively have sparked intense debate. Do you believe the claims, or do you think there's more to the story? With different perspectives emerging, the truth remains unclear. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know where you stand on this unfolding controversy.